You know, I love Canada. I love being Canadian. But Canadian cell phone service just sucks. I'm with Freedom Mobile, which I consider all in all to be the best cell phone company in Canada. But I'm going to tell you about why Canadian cell phone service sucks. First of all, I've heard several reports that Canada has the most expensive cell phone service in the world. Even though Canada is supposed to be the second cheapest industrialized country in the world to live in. Like the only country in the industrialized world that's cheaper than Canada is the US. Like Europe is has a much higher cost of living than Canada. Australia and New Zealand also have a higher cost of living. And I believe parts of Asia, such as Japan, Singapore, and Hong Kong, as well as possibly South Korea, have a higher cost of living than Canada. But yet Canada pays the most for their cell phone service. And the quality of our cell phone service, really isn't that great for what we're paying. I believe that about 85% of our cell phone service is provided by three main companies. Rogers, who I prefer to call robbers, because they're expensive. Their customer service absolutely sucks. They're a bunch of assholes at Rogers. I mean, obviously not all of them, but many of their customer service reps at Rogers I find to be just fucking assholes. You know, they don't know what they're doing and they don't really care. I remember having an experience at Rogers where this was going back a few years, where I decided to give them a try for a while. I wasn't happy with them. I canceled my service. I had to put down I think it was a $50, no, I think it was actually a $100 deposit I had to put down with Rogers. And it seemed to take me forever to get back my $100 deposit. I had to go through several levels of management before I found the right asshole to give me back my money, to give me back my deposit. I tried their discount division for a while, Fido. They're fucking assholes too. They fucked up my account. They end up charging me for stuff that they shouldn't have charged me for. So I end up canceling with them and fighting with them as well too. The other company I've tried Bell. Bell, they're a bunch of retards. Again, Bell is overpriced. At the time that I went with Bell, I found their phones to be very out of date compared to Rogers. I'll give Rogers one credit where credit's due. At the time I tried them, I found their phones to be the most up to date, the latest phones available. And the technical quality of their service at Rogers compared to other companies is not bad compared to other companies here in Canada. Because Bell, they claim to be the biggest and best, but I wasn't very pleased with them. It takes forever to get through to a Bell rep whenever you call their call center. And they're just a bunch of idiots that didn't know what they were doing. At least that was my experience with them. I remember a long time ago trying their what was at that time their discount division called Solo. Solo had better prices than Bell Mobility, but the quality of their phones just sucked. I remember trying this particular BlackBerry phone from them. Had nothing but problems with this phone. I remember even calling a customer service rep at Solo Mobile. And I could barely hear what the hell this idiot was saying. So I asked this stupid bastard to talk louder. He even had the nerve to say to me, well, I'm talking loud enough. Like, fuck you, asshole. I want to reach through the phone and punch him in the fucking mouth. And that brings me to TELUS. I've tried TELUS. They're a bunch of fucking retards. I remember the one particular TELUS mobility store I was dealing with. Like, I was living in Brantford, Ontario at the time. So I dealt with the TELUS store at Linden Park Mall in Brantford. I had like 3 different phones from them. I don't know if that particular TELUS store, if they took all their phones and dropped them in the fucking toilet or something so they wouldn't work properly, because all 3 of the phones I got from them were shit. I had to return them and exchange them or get them repaired or whatever. So their phones were garbage. Their customer service was garbage. Their actual service was garbage. Like, I was living right near downtown Brantford, but yet their cell phone service sucked. Like, good luck trying to stream a YouTube video on TELUS Mobility at the time, because they didn't have nearly enough towers. Their data service absolutely fucking sucked. So anyways, I ended up moving out of Brantford, Ontario to London, Ontario. I decided to give this, well, at the time they were called Win Mobile. I gave them a try. Their prices were much cheaper than Bell, Rogers, and TELUS. So I ended up giving them a try. You didn't have to sign up for any big long contract. The phone I got from them at the time was $100. I could do the pay-as-you-go thing, so I just used to prepay at the beginning of each payment period. They had better prices than other companies, as I was mentioning. And their service was actually comparable to TELUS. Like, yes, they were still the new kids on the block. In a way, they still kind of are the new kids on the block. They're not as old as Rogers, Bell, and TELUS, but they cost less. They have improved their service. Right now, at the recording of this video, though, they're having some kind of technical problems. I don't know if they're upgrading their towers or whatever, but I can't even get my, I have no data service right now because they're having some kind of technical issues, so I'm going to have to wait for a while to upload this video. All in all, I find, when Mobile became Freedom Mobile, they're now Freedom Mobile. All in all, I found them to be probably the best cell phone company that I've dealt with in Canada, because their prices are good. Their customer service is better than TELUS, Bell, and Rogers as well, too. The technical quality of their service has definitely improved, but there's always room for more improvement. And I do notice that their prices have gone up. Even though they're still cheaper than Bell, TELUS, and Rogers, their prices have gone up. And yes, some people will say, well, no, we have many phone companies in Canada. Well, let me tell you. Koodo, for example, is owned by TELUS. Chatter and Fido are owned by Rogers. And Bell doesn't have Solo anymore, I don't think. But one of the newer discount phone companies called Lucky Mobile, they're now owned by Bell. I just wish there was more cell phone competition here in Canada. Like I wish some of the American companies, like I wish, like for example, T-Mobile would come to Canada, because I remember when I checked out T-Mobile a few years ago, their prices were quite a bit cheaper, and their packages were a lot better than anything you could get in Canada. So, all in all, Canadian cell phone service sucks, and I hope it improves. I hope we get some more competition here soon, so that the local companies can get a kick in the ass and improve their services and their prices.